Beneath the vast and beautiful skies of Australia, an unexpected ecological threat is gradually emerging through the rising numbers of invasive wild parrots. Initially introduced from other continents like Asia and America as pets, many parrot species have escaped and established a foothold in the new environment thanks to their remarkable adaptability. Particularly striking with their colorful plumage and pleasant calls, they easily attract human attention and affection. However, their appealing appearance masks a concerning reality. These parrots are becoming formidable competitors, aggressively vying with native wildlife for living space and food sources. The rapid growth of the parrot population has led to numerous problems. They not only invade critical breeding areas, but also affect the balance of local ecosystems. Native plant species, long dependent on native animals for pollination or seed dispersal, now face changes in the behavior of these new guests, who may not support their reproductive cycles. This not only impacts biodiversity, but also poses significant challenges in the conservation and restoration of plant and animal species that are gradually being threatened. Scientists and conservationists face a daunting challenge in finding effective measures to mitigate the impact of these invasive parrots. Controlling their numbers in the wild, along with community education campaigns on the importance of protecting native species, are seen as essential steps. In today's video, we will explore a particularly pressing issue in Australia, which is how local farmers are facing and addressing the invasion of 17 million wild parrots. This is not just a battle to protect the crops, but also a story about challenging environmental balance. You won't believe what these farmers have done to cope with this situation. Join us as we delve into their lives and see the measures they've implemented to effectively and sustainably solve this problem. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos from Ecofarm. Now let's get started. The impacts caused by wildlife in agriculture are not limited to mammals like rabbits or wild boars. In Australia, a significant issue faced by farmers and farm owners is the destruction caused by millions of wild birds, notably the species within the Psittacidae family, commonly known as parrots. Parrots typically share similar forms and habitats. Currently, there are over 300 species of parrots worldwide, most of which reside in the humid tropical forests of Central and South America, Africa, and the oceanic regions, including Australia. Specifically in Oceania, and particularly in Australia, there are about 56 species of parrots, with an estimated total population of 17 million. Prominent species include the sulfur-crested cockatoo, rainbow lorikeet, gala, and budgerigar, which are common throughout this continent. These parrot flocks often range from several dozens to hundreds of individuals and can appear in both rural and urban areas. Parrots not only cause noise disturbances to residents, but also significantly damage crops, especially fruit trees and seed plants. Their presence on farms not only affects agricultural output, but can also lead to substantial economic losses for farmers and farm owners. Therefore, careful management and strategic pest control measures are necessary to minimize the impact of these birds on agriculture. In the context of urban and agricultural management, the gala, Eolophus rosae capilla, is a typical example of adaptation and widespread distribution. They can be found in various habitats across the Australian continent, from arid areas to dense forests. Notably, they also frequently appear in urban and suburban areas, where they can easily nest in roof crevices and other structures, causing inconvenience to residents and polluting the environment by leaving large amounts of droppings. With their large numbers, often forming flocks of about 100 individuals, their presence in agricultural areas can significantly negatively impact farming activities due to their capacity to consume or destroy a large amount of crops. Their high sociability and strong adaptability to diverse environments make managing and controlling their population growth. Ecologists have noted a significant increase in the population of Buggy's parrots in Australia, particularly after heavy rainfall seasons. This surge is primarily due to the robust growth of vegetation, which provides ample food and nesting materials for this bird species. Known for their small size and flocking behavior, Buggy's parrots often fall prey to larger predatory birds, such as hawks. Despite facing predators, the annual mortality rate due to hunting, disease, or poaching is estimated at only about 1.3%. The breeding season for Buggy's parrots occurs from September to February of the following year. During this period, if dry conditions persist or there is a lack of nesting materials, breeding can be severely hindered. It usually takes about 6 to 7 weeks for the chicks to be ready to leave the nest. Remarkably, the flock's population can increase by 13 to 17 times after each breeding season, demonstrating high reproductive rates and resilience under favorable conditions. Like many other parrot species in Australia, Buggy's parrots consume seeds and grains. They typically drink water at least 7 times a day, and thus, small water holes in the Ade region of Australia are common places to observe them. Additionally, in the context of Australia's biodiversity, Buggy's parrots are part of the discussion on invasive species and their impact on the natural and agricultural environment. Farmers face numerous challenges due to the intrusion of these birds. They not only cause direct damage to parts of the crops like buds, leaves, and fruits, but also decrease agricultural productivity and quality. The damage does not stop there. They can also destroy agricultural infrastructure, including irrigation systems, thereby increasing maintenance and repair costs. Another severe issue is the damage to fruit, causing injuries to the peel and facilitating conditions for rot and fungal diseases like Botitis cerea to develop, especially in cold weather conditions. Fruit damaged by bird pecking not only reduces its commercial value, but also forces farmers to invest additional effort and costs in the harvesting process to remove the damaged fruits. Damage to parts like leaves and branches due to activities such as branch trimming and pulling of saplings can not only affect the current crop season directly, but also impact the plant's growth in subsequent seasons, especially if the damage occurs in the middle or lower growth nodes of the plant. These challenges necessitate that farmers implement effective crop management and protection measures to minimize damage and ensure agricultural productivity, thereby contributing to maintaining ecological balance in their habitat. Currently, the population of Gala parrots across Australia is estimated to be over 4 million individuals. Each year, this bird species causes significant economic damage, estimated at around 173 million Australian dollars, primarily affecting the agriculture sector, especially cereal crops. Gala flocks are often large, sometimes numbering in the hundreds or thousands, and they inflict serious damage on wheat and barley fields, especially during the pre-harvest period. Other crops like bananas and mangoes are also not spared from the depredations of the Gala, increasing the challenges in crop management and protection. Facing damages caused by pests, Australian farmers also contend with numerous other challenges, including economic uncertainties. Factors such as global economic conditions, rising production costs, climate change, natural disasters, disease outbreaks, government policies, and labor situations further complicate agricultural operations. Particularly, farmers in Western Australia express significant concerns over recent government policies, especially regarding the abolition of Indigenous cultural heritage legislation. The economic challenges are notably high, with 69% of medium-sized farm owners finding that economic conditions and costs are significant challenges, compared to only 49% of all farmers. Conversely, only 30% of dairy farmers report being less affected by economic issues and costs, compared to 69% of the parrot to the fruit industry should not be underestimated, with over 95% of grapevine shoots and buds being lost. This species causes harm not only by eating fruits, but also through actions such as pruning leaves and gnawing on nuts like walnuts, almonds, olives, macadamia nuts, and key apples. The damage inflicted by galas is considered one of the most serious issues for the fruit industry in Australia. A report presented to Parliament by the Macadamia Industry Council, along with agricultural producers in Victoria, highlighted the severe economic impact of this species on the nut processing industry. Specifically, Victoria reported significant losses with 42% of hazelnut production, 10% of olive output, and 5% of apple yield affected. The total cost of damage is estimated to range from $8,800 to $277,000, including administrative expenses and additional labor time. Furthermore, the impact of other bird species, such as crows, which exhibit similar destructive habits as roosters, severely damages almond trees, affecting productivity and product quality. The average damage caused by birds and flying foxes to various crops like passion fruit, longan, lychee, and other fruits and vegetables is estimated between 20% to 40%, with severe damage rates exceeding 35%. In the foreign policy environment of Western Australia, local farmers have expressed their appreciation for the government's strategies aimed at enhancing conservation and sustainable development before the reversal of Indigenous cultural heritage legislation. This move has encountered opposition from various parties due to concerns about its impact on the rights of local communities and endangered species. According to the latest survey, 41% of farmers believe that this strategy poses one of their greatest challenges: conserving endangered species. Specifically, species suffering from severe impacts from activities like the use of poison traps or excessive hunting require more stringent protection. In agriculture and livestock farming, the adoption of solutions such as using nets to control damage caused by invasive bird species like parrots has proven to be effective and cost-efficient. The nets not only restrict these birds' access to architectural structures and cropping areas, but also provide an aesthetic and waterproof barrier, ensuring the safety of the birds without harming them. Additionally, the implementation of sound measures, such as using high-frequency ultrasound, is also considered effective in repelling invasive parrots. Combining sounds with visually intimidating objects like owls, statues, or scarecrows can enhance the effectiveness of this method. Farmers in Australia often apply this comprehensive approach to more effectively control invasive bird species. The material used to manufacture bird nets, typically ultraviolet stabilized polyethylene, is very popular for preventing birds from entering areas such as storage barns on farms and garages, while also protecting the birds from negative impacts. The use of bird nets is one of the most effective methods for controlling bird populations, suitable for both seasonal issues and long-term application in commercial establishments. This method is not only less harmful but also a non-lethal form of animal control, prioritized by the wildlife conservation community to minimize damage caused by invasive bird species, especially parrots. In the context of biodiversity management and conservation, hunters play an indispensable role in maintaining the ecological balance of parrot populations, which are vibrant and crucial to the ecosystem. Ethical hunting, adhering to sustainable principles, not only helps control the number of individuals in the natural environment, but also avoids ecological overload, thereby reducing negative impacts on food chains and habitat diversity. Through controlled hunting activities, wildlife managers and conservationists contribute significantly to maintaining an appropriate number of parrots, thereby protecting the balance of the ecosystem. These initiatives also include support for responsible tourism and conservation programs, ensuring the long-term survival and sustainable development of parrot populations. Maintaining a balance between the individual health of parrots and the stability of the broader ecosystem is essential, as the health of a species directly affects ecological stability and biodiversity. Experts from wildlife management organizations and ethical hunting associations actively participate in developing and implementing systematic studies to determine reasonable hunting quotas and develop sustainable hunting strategies. These experts emphasize the importance of conserving and restoring natural habitats, supporting fair chase hunting methods, and ensuring that hunting activities adhere to high ethical standards. Effective hunting management not only supports the maintenance of population numbers within controlled limits, but also contributes to overall conservation efforts by supporting biodiversity and ecosystem functions. Initiatives involving hunting licenses and fees aim to find a reasonable balance between population management and conservation, requiring close coordination and deep dialogue between conservationists and hunting experts. The report indicates that certain biological factors, including the body morphology of large parrot species, significantly influence their risk of extinction. Due to their slow reproductive rate, high lifespan, and low number of offspring, these parrots also face a higher risk of being hunted, according to studies. Furthermore, parrot species living in environments with specific conditions also face the risk of severe population declines. Studies show that parrots in restricted environments, dependent on certain plant species and with a limited distribution range, are at much higher risk than other species that thrive in various environments. With continuous creativity and strong collaboration among farmers, the government, and scientists, Australian farmers have developed practical solutions for managing large populations of wild parrots, a problem that may surprise many around the world. These methods not only minimize damage to agriculture, but also protect these animal species and maintain the balance of the ecosystem. Thank you for watching this video on Ecofarm channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next exciting and educational videos. Together, we can explore and take positive steps to protect the environment and support sustainable agriculture. See you in the next videos.